Hey guys, Rusty K, Rusty K's Rad Rods Garage. Wanted to bring you an update on the Porsche 911 GT3. Made a little bit of progress, just figured I'd bring you guys along for the ride. So, a couple things. I have always struggled with assembling the chassis and these parts. They always came out, after I would paint them and get them all glued in. It was always very flimsy. I could never get everything seated really well. So I decided to, on this one, I assembled all of this before I painted anything. And then I went over and shot it the body color of the MCW blue over everything. So all of this was blue. Then I came back and painted all of this by hand. So what I used was the dark anodonic gray, I think that's what it's called, from Metal Masters, or Model Masters, I should say. I've had this forever, but then I also used the aluminum non-buffing, and then some Vallejo acrylics black, and some red. And I gotta tell you, I really kind of like how this came out because everything is nice and sturdy. It was all glued in and seated really, really well before I went back and painted it. And I was able still to get in there and do some detailing on the shocks, the disc brakes, and everything. So this is nice and secure. I did a little bit of panel lining black wash within there. Got to do a little bit more detail underneath here, but I'm really happy with the way this came out. I was concerned if I'd be able to get the detail painting in there. When you go in and you paint this stuff after you glue it all together, you're really having to get this brush in there. I didn't even use that brush. I used a smaller brush. But to get this brush in there to paint these shocks and everything, so you got to have a steady hand. And I had to go back and touch up a little things here and there, but I'm really happy with the way this came out, and I may use this going forward on some other builds because this has always been a problem for me getting this stuff seated properly. So then the next step obviously will be to get the tires on. I did do a little bit of panel lining on the door. Here I gotta go back and do this. So what happens when I polish these things, and some of this polish that I use gets in the seals here, and I got to go back and panel line this to get that white out of there. I've tried to get in there and get that out, but sometimes it dries on there. You don't see it until it dries, so I got to go back and get that done. But this is polished out and ready to go. So that's the next steps. I still got to work on the interior. I'm going to go back and paint the dashboard. Do some accents on the dashboard, going for this leather look. I'm gonna have to put a little bit of clear coat on here to bring out some of the shine for the leather. But yeah, that's where we're at. But I'm really happy with the way this turned out. And still being able to get some of the detail in there. So there she is. That's the update on the Porsche 911 GT3. I hope you guys are having a great weekend. Thanks.